How's it going, everybody? I had this great idea for a video, by the title and the thumbnail. It's obviously already working out. But I just got off of the phone with American Legacy Fishing. I also sent them an email. And I want... Excuse me, sorry. So, I want to trade in my 2 reels that I have, and I want to upgrade to something better. So, I just called them in. This guy gave me an estimate. The official thing will come over. The official, quote will come over in my email. But, so for this Lose Laser MG, this is a really nice reel. The new ones look, awesome because they have the red accents. But, so for this, he's like, well, they'll probably do 35. And then for this Abu Garcia Pro Max, this is the P Max 3. Also, the new model of this looks really awesome as well. Both of these reels have been great. I just am not using them very much. And just kind of want to downsize and get something a little bit better. Upgrade a little bit more. So he said they'd probably do something similar. 35 to 45 for this one. But both of these are in excellent condition. So potentially we'll have about, $60 to $65 of credit that we could put towards a new reel. Plus, I got a couple other ideas of how I can get discounts. But, so, that's where we're at so far. We got a brand new fishing reel. And so I just want to talk about it a little bit, talk about how I got it, and then I also want to go over why, as a right-handed person, being right-handed, why I'm switching my reels over to the left-hand retrieve. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So I picked up the Lose Speed Spool LFS, and this is a $100 reel. But I got this reel for $8.95 before shipping. After shipping, it was $18.95. But basically, I paid only $8.95 for this reel. And this, like I said, this is a $100 reel. So, how did I do that? Well, as you can see earlier from the videos, I went and I traded in my Abu Garcia Black Max. It's a P Max 3, so it's the 3rd gen of the Pro Max. And then I traded in my Lose Speed Spool. No. It's not a speed spool. It's a laser HGMG, one of those. So I traded those in, and I got $60 of trade-in value for those reels. And with that, I went ahead and picked up this Lose reel, which the price of it was $66. So regardless if I didn't trade in my other reels and have in-store credit with that, I still would have, with it being a $100 reel and getting it secondhand for $67, that's an incredible deal in and of itself. And y'all know me, I love a bargain. I love to find the best deals out there because we are balling on a budget. But yeah, it was regardless, way more affordable than buying it brand new. And they have different rankings of criteria for what kind of condition they're in, and they check them out once they get them into Indiana there. Yeah, they're based in Indiana, so a Midwest company. Gotta support them other Midwesterners. But let's just go over the reel real quick. So I want to compare it a little bit to the Lose American Hero. And first off, just off the bat, this is heavy. Well, this is a cheaper reel. This is in and of itself, it's $50 reel, and this is a $100 reel. So a couple of differences. this is going to be all graphite versus this is an aluminum frame reel. Let's just weigh them up real quick. So this new Speed Spool LFS, I just got my little scale here that I use for lures. It's coming in at 6.98 ounces, and this American Hero Speed Spool is coming in at, let me get it all on there, 7.20 ounces. So, a noticeable difference between these two. Like also that I said, this is an aluminum frame. And there's benefits to having an aluminum framed reel. One, it's going to be way stronger and a little bit lighter compared to graphite. When I use graphite, like I said, it's more of a budget reel. That's more of a budget material compared to aluminum. And this reel right off the bat is pretty smooth. You can hear the bearings a little bit, but I think it just needs to be gone through and like cleaned, oiled, greased, since it is secondhand. But other than that, it's smooth. It has 10 ball bearings, and it is a 6.8 to 1 gear ratio. So I specifically wanted to get something left-handed, and I wanted to get something in that slow, a little bit slower, 6.8 to 1, 6.4 to 1, somewhere in that range. So I was very happy with that. And plus, I like Lu's. I like their big paddle handles. I wonder how this compares to... Alright, these are, they got the same length handles. That was one of the things. But I might be swapping these out in the future. Because I do like those Gomex's power handles. They're pretty sweet. Let's get into why I went ahead and I am switching all my right-handed retrieve reels into left-handed retrieve. So one of the reasons for that, the big reason, is when you're casting, when you're right-handed, you have right-handed retrieve, you tend to cast out with your right hand. So you switch from having your rod and your reel in this hand, you switch over, you cast, then you switch over again, and you start reeling or working that bait. And with that, you can actually lose fish by doing that. By that, you know, little half a second or whatever, switching over. And I'm just like, it's also just more work. I was just fishing with my Bantam Corrado. It's left-handed, as maybe some of you know. If not, go check out those Bantam Corrado videos that I have. But I was fishing with that and pitching with it and don't have to change hands. I'm right there in the action. And casting with it, don't have to switch hands. I'm right there in the action. I am ready to go right off the cast, right off the pitch. And it's like I'm right-handed, so like it feels really natural. Like I'm used to pitching and casting right-handed anyway. And one thing that's interesting, if you think about it, spinning reels, if you have a spinning reel, you tend to have that spinning reel, at least mine, the retrieve, you know, you can swap it back and forth, but it's also on the left-handed side. And my partner is right-handed. How she cranks that reel handle is on the left side. That's just, I don't know, it just seems like that's the way it should be. And a concept that I go back to with why this is good, not only you write on it, you know, in that half second, maybe a fish grabs it right away. You know, you put it right in the perfect spot, and a fish grabs it, and then you start going, and it's like you're already behind. Like that's just how it is, in my opinion. like you're already behind the ball, and so just that potential to like put more fish in your hands, on the boat, on the bank, in your hands. And the concept that I go back to with this is baseball or softball. So when you're playing baseball, you're playing catch or whatever, your glove is in your offhand to catch with, and you're throwing with your right hand, your dominant hand, or vice versa if you're left-handed. Makes sense to me. It's like, alright, if I play baseball or I'm playing catch and I'm catching with my offhand and I'm throwing with my dominant hand, it makes sense with this. I am casting and pitching with my primary hand. I am throwing that bait with my primary hand, and my offhand is catching, is, reeling, because I'm working the bait with my dominant hand and reeling with my offhand. But that's the primary reason I'm going to be switching over a lot of my reels from right-handed to left-handed, except this one. This American Hero has a lot of sentimental value to me. It will never go away. I will fish this reel until it blows up, and then after that it'll go on the shelf and be a display. But also with this, a couple features that I really like about this reel. One thing initially I don't like is the magnetic braking is opposite of what I'm used to, because you're spinning it the opposite way. But I guess that makes sense. Also, your spool tension knob is the opposite way, but I already knew that based off of my Corrado. And then one thing I really do like is this. Is the clicking drag star. I really like the audible click of that. If the spool tension knob was audible, that'd be great too. Of course, this is audible. Your magnetic braking. But yeah, all around, so far this feels like a good reel, and I've had a fair bit of loose products. Definitely enjoy the reels, and the rods are pretty decent too, based off of the ones that I've used, which are more on that affordable budget side, but they were still sensitive, they were light, they felt good. But that's gonna do it for the video. Definitely go check out American Legacy. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just want to steer you guys in the right direction of getting good deals out there on the internet. So and I'm definitely a big proponent of getting things secondhand if you can, just because that's more sustainable, and you're giving new life to something. You're enjoying something that somebody, maybe it wasn't their thing. Maybe they didn't want the 6:8 to 1 gear ratio. Maybe they're like, oh, I want that higher speed. I want an 8:1 or a 7:1 gear ratio. Because this is primarily going to be used for moving baits, like crankbaits, jerk baits, maybe maybe a little lighter top water lures, stuff like that. So just moving baits, and that gear ratio complements that well. And I didn't want something super slow like a 5:1 to 1 or a 5:4 to 1 or anything like the 5:3 to 1, nothing like that. I feel like that six speed is a good way to go for a lot of different applications. But yeah, definitely go check out American Legacy Fishing. I heard about it from the Tackle Talk podcast. And actually, Andrew, the host of Tackle Talk, he has a promo code. If you do use the trade-in program, you can't double up on your store credit, and you can't double up on the store credit and the discount code. I don't know if that discount code actually can be used for the used gear program. That's something y'all will have to check out yourselves. But just based on, they have like a really good selection. Like I had a hard time picking something out. I wanted a Daiwa to Tula, but they didn't really have anything in a left-handed and in the gear ratio that I wanted. But you guys keep checking, just check it out. It's just it's such a good place to shop. They have a pretty decent website too. Their customer service when I was doing the used gear program was great. They were responsive. They got back to me right away. They were very timely about things. My reel shipped in a timely manner. It got here a little sooner than I expected, which was great. And then also their packaging was really good as well. It was just in a small box and was just bubble wrapped all the hell. It wasn't going to get damaged. So definitely go check that out. Like I said multiple times, go check it out. But that is going to do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited to get this reel on a rod. There's I have a rod in mind for this reel. I'm building a moving baits rod and haven't got everything down yet, but it's going to be really cool and this is going to look great on it. But like I said, sorry, I tend to ramble. But that's going to do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys want to see on this channel, because it makes me happy when you guys come up with ideas, because that just shows that you guys are actively watching, you're attentive. It just makes me really happy. I got an amazing comment the other day and it just gave me the warm and fuzzy feelings. So, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you for the next one.